Part of the craft of an actor is to show how believably he can enact an emotional scene, and every actor has his own method for drawing on the proper emotional response. However, the director Arthur Lubin had a different idea for Bela Lugosi's death scene in Black Friday. This technique would ensure that the audience would believe every second of the scene because Lugosi himself would actually believe it. To achieve this emotional intensity, Lugosi agreed to be hypnotized right before the cameras rolled. Manly P. Hall, a Los Angeles hypnotist, put Lugosi into the trance. It worked. Lugosi was terrifying. In fact, he performed so realistically that he almost tore the set down before he was restrained. When the director yelled, "Cut," Lugosi was brought out of the trance and remembered nothing that had transpired. They even had doctors on the set who monitored his vital signs to make sure that he didn't suffer any ill effects. Now, in the production of this movie, the title of the film was originally Friday the 13th. Just before release, it was changed to Black Friday. Let's watch Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi in Black Friday. Dracula presented as a small problem. One of the reasons they had been given the roles was that they looked very much alike, but after doing camera tests, the studio decided that they looked a little bit too much alike. And they were both blonde, they wore their hair in similar styles, and they were approximately the same height. The producer was afraid that the audience wouldn't be able to tell one of them from the other. As you've just seen, Albritton wound up wearing a black wig. They thought that the dark hair would emphasize her obsession with death. And anyway, Louise thought it looked kind of attractive. Son of Dracula was Albritton's only horror film. Now, you may remember her from stealing John Wayne away from Marlene Dietrich. That was in Pittsburgh. No, not the city. I mean the 1942 film by the same name. Her sister in Son of Dracula, Evelyn Ankers, specialized in horror films. She was known as the best screamer in the business. On one final note, when shooting the scene in the cemetery, Robert Page asked about the Hungarian inscriptions that were on the tombstone, and there was the director there who knew the language, Richard Siodmak, and he translated one of them as "rest in peace." And Page looked at the boss and said, "Rest in peace? Not in this place. Not here either." Now let's take a look at this.